Those are good words to live by.
We might be farther away than ever.
What am I about to say to you? It's not easy.
There is very little that can stop me.
This little game that you're playing could cost you your life.
You touch my son again, they will never find your body.
Sure, Nina might finally spill the beans to Willow about her and Drew, but let's be real. What's that going to do? Drew will just spin it, twist it, and Willow will fall for it because, surprise, she's codependent and weak. Classic. And Jason yelling at Cyrus? Oh, fantastic. The Jason we all know and love. But whoops, now we've got a public threat hanging out there. Guess who they'll blame when Cyrus turns up dead? That's right, Jason will be the first one they point fingers at. You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if Cyrus fakes his death just to pin it on Jason. Or, maybe Cyrus will actually get murdered. Who can say? It's not like any of the people who are supposed to do something about it, Anna, Chase, and Dante, are actually doing their job. As for the rest of the drama, can we please stop with Emma, Trina, the football player, and Sidwell? I'm genuinely tired. And every time Willow starts gushing about Drew, I just about lose it. Also, the whole Jason's the baby daddy thing. Still a terrible idea. But at least Jason told Sasha he's not going to lie to Danny. Finally, someone who's got a spine and isn't just playing pretend. And can we all just back off Sasha for a minute? She doesn't need more stress right now. Let her and Jason have their little fantasy and pretend they're having a baby without everyone breathing down their necks. Meanwhile, Cody, why is he still here? He's got zero purpose. Just sent him packing already. And Nina? It's high time she told Willow about her and Drew. Honestly, Willow needs to be a real mom for once. And on the Jason front, what's with the dual personality crisis? We've got Jason Morgan in one scene and Jason Quartermain in the other, especially with Tracy or Ned. But when he's in dad mode, I never thought I'd actually love it. But here we are watching Jason Morgan, the only character on GH actually acting like a dad. About time. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Messy Syrup. It's me, Abby, here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching. So let's dive into today's video. Jason, you're on fire. Seriously, if you so much as look at my son again, Cyrus, they'll be using a whole lot of bleach to get rid of the evidence. So Charlie's was hopping today, and of course, I was just sitting back, waiting for the fireworks with Cyrus, and bam, they showed up. Martin, of course, was cracking jokes. The guy knows his brother way too well, but, oh boy, Cyrus preaching to Danny while dramatically placing his hand on his shoulder. Yeah, that was the moment I knew Jason would make his grand entrance. And here we are, in classic soap opera fashion, whodunit vibes building around Cyrus. Problem is, there are way too many people gunning for him. At this point, his fan club is more like a hit list. Honestly, how much longer is Cyrus going to keep killing people before Anna, Chase, and Dante do their jobs? At this rate, they're all getting paid to do nothing. Cody? He's basically wallpaper at this point. Just send him packing. Also, Nina, it's past time you told Willow about you and Drew. Like, way past. Maybe be a real mom for once? And can we talk about Dr. Gannon? The guy's got a one-man flirting show going on. It's like he's trying to make every woman in town uncomfortable. His attempts with Elizabeth and Christina today, cringe. He flirted with Molly, then latched on to Jordan like a leech. Buddy, slow down. You've got enough energy for all of them, but try choosing just one. So, when did Jason find out that Sam was murdered? Was he just casually strolling through town and overheard it? I thought someone might have told him by now. And honestly, I'm really hoping no one interrupts Nina. Seriously, the tension is building, and we all know it's about time this mess comes to an end. Now, Jason, really? Keep it together. Saying things like that in public? You know the incompetent PCPD is just waiting for the chance to blame you when Cyrus winds up 6 feet under. As for Cyrus, we all know he's toast. Jason's gonna take the fall, mark my words. And let's talk about Kai for a second. too skinny for a football player, and he and Trina? Boring. They're just filler. Honestly, this Trina doesn't fit. The one before her? Way better. She actually had some life. But hey, Jason, can't blame you for telling Cyrus to keep his hands off your kid. I mean, Cyrus was practically fondling Danny while talking to him, and Jason's not having any of it. Totally fair. Just thinking out loud, but isn't it hilarious how Jason's been branded a hitman? Yet, somehow, he's never actually killed anyone unless it was in self-defense. Funny how that works. Where to start with this mess? So, everyone's apparently gunning for Cyrus, but the second he winds up dead, guess who's topping the suspect list? Yep, Jason, after making some dramatic proclamation in front of Martin. Great move, right? Because nothing says, I'm innocent, like issuing a public threat. But hold up, this is not Jason's vibe. He's the strong, silent type, not some wanted villain shouting threats in front of an audience. Same goes for Cody at the Metro Court. He's got enough common sense to keep it cool in public. Seriously, these writers are just ruining Jason's character. Remember when he didn't do emotions? Apparently, that's not the case anymore. And then there's the whole Sasha's baby debacle. Why does everyone have to make Jason the father? Why not just stick with the original story, that the baby's from a one-night stand, and Jason is definitely not the dad? But no, now it's all anyone talks about, and Sasha's under the microscope 24/7. Her radar was way better when no one had a clue who the father was. Now, it's a public spectacle. Genius move, writers. But you know what? I'm kinda warming up to Sidwell, now that he's not stuck in scenes with Holly. Natalia's actually making sense for once. And can we talk about Sunny and Christina facing off against Rick and Ava in the courtroom? It's like watching family drama in HD. The walls are closing in on Cyrus, though. I doubt he's just going to roll over without a fight. Honestly, though, I'm so done with these ridiculous secrets. Sasha, just own it. Say it's none of anyone's business, and that it was a one-night stand, as you originally claimed. No need to drag Jason and his whole family into this. Now, Sasha's apparently all worried about people finding out the baby's Michael's because of all the Quartermain danger. Fair enough. But it's totally cool to drag Jason into it, who's also a Quartermain and a hitman for Sunny. That logic really doesn't check out. And seriously, are we pretending that people don't still have one-night stands? Sometimes those lead to surprise pregnancies. Shocker. So if she just says Jason isn't the dad, won't people just immediately assume it's Michael? This whole thing is just so dumb. She could easily say, yeah, I've hooked up with some random. He doesn't want the kid. End of story, and everyone would move on. But nope, we're stuck with this overcomplicated mess of a plotline. If Sasha had just told Cody, hey, Jason was just checking on me because Tracy was being, well, Tracy, and I got excited about feeling the baby move and wanted to share it with someone. Jason was there. He's not the dad. This whole thing would have been squashed. But no, she's got to keep poking her nose into Willow's business. The odds of anyone figuring out Michael's the dad would be way smaller. There's no reason for Jason to play along with this nonsense. Yeah, I know it's a soap, and I'm probably being too logical here. Oh, Jason, such a stand-up guy, always keeping his word, right? He'll be there for Sasha, no matter what, even if it means playing the part of a clueless father. Carly's going to love that one when she finds out. Can't wait to see how Jack Brennan keeps her distracted, while Jason figures out how to break the news. After the whole Cyrus debacle at Charlie's, though, I'm really wondering how Jason's going to manage keeping Danny out of the loop on the baby secret. It's kind of hilarious how long I've been watching General Hospital and still can't believe Jason's at it again. Remember when he pretended to be Michael's dad for Carly? Yeah, now he's doing the same for Sasha. Did he seriously not learn from that? Honestly, why doesn't Sasha just skip the whole father thing altogether? Jason would probably look out for both her and the baby anyway, so what's the point of dragging him into this lie? She's really put him in a terrible spot, and I'm starting to lose patience with her. And then there's poor Cody. He was finally finding his footing and believing in the idea of family until, surprise, he spirals again. It's like no one can get a break around here. But hey, maybe we shouldn't blame the characters too much. The real question is, what is going on with the writers? It feels like they're just throwing together storylines and hoping something sticks. Willow really went there with Jason, huh? Who does she think she is, suddenly handing out judgment like she's the moral compass of Port Charles? I swear, I'm starting to dislike her more and more with each passing minute. And speaking of jaw-dropping thoughts, Dr. Gannon being the killer? Just tossing that idea out there. Might be worth a second look, right? But seriously, when is Nina finally going to spill the beans to Willow about sleeping with Drew? That's going to be one fun meltdown. Can't wait. Also, I can't be the only one side-eyeing this new guy trying to step into the very big shoes left by the beautiful, virile Australian legend. But seriously, who hired this guy? Because if they didn't notice there isn't a single trace of an accent, faking or real, then I think it's time for them to book an appointment with an optometrist. He's not even a little believable as Carly's love interest. Can he just be a new love interest for Lucas Jones instead? Now, let's talk about TJ. Does anyone else think he's the whiniest man ever on GH? How is he a doctor with that thin skin? The tiniest thing sets him off, and he's crying like a baby. Unbelievable. Oh, and did you catch those hints about Dante and Lulu getting back together? Seems like they're toying with that idea again. But honestly, if Willow finds out Michael's the father, it's game over. She'll go full-blown mama bear mode just to get those kids. And finally, someone finally had the nerve to call Willow out for wearing Lila's ring. Thank you. Take it off, Willow. It's time. Oh, and Chase, telling Dante about Cyrus being a suspect? Big mistake. He worked his butt off to get his job back, and now he's going to jeopardize it because Dante couldn't keep it together? Ridiculous. Also, Jason's threat to Cyrus? Classic. I'll kill you, and no one will ever find your body. Sounds about right. What's Cyrus' deal? He's just out here trying to bless everyone and pray for them, and people are acting like he's the villain. I guess that's just how it goes when you're trying to do good, huh? Meanwhile, I can't help but notice Jason spending all his time with Danny these days. Where the heck is Jake? It's almost like they've got a future plot twist in mind involving those kids, because, let's face it, they're definitely MIA right now. Quartermaines must have some kind of massive nursery stockpiled for the little ones, though we never actually see them. Oh, and Willow. What's going on there? All of a sudden, she's anti-Jason when just last year, she was practically playing nurse to him in secret. Now she's got the nerve to say Drew would never treat her like Jason treats Sasha. Hello, have you ever even seen them together? Newsflash. Jason wouldn't even think about sleeping with his nephew's wife. Willow acts like she's still 15 and now, surprise, she's acting jealous of Nina's bond with Sasha. It's almost like she's trying to act clueless on purpose. Speaking of clueless, Natalia calling Ava awful is rich, considering she treated her own daughter horribly. And don't even get me started on the homophobia. But hey, at least she managed to get Sunny to admit that Ava's a good mom. So yeah, this whole custody battle is really just a waste of time. Oh, and Christina, thank you for the reality check. Ava doesn't have custody of Avery and had no business snatching her from the park. She was totally in the right to call Sunny, and Rick, remember him, confirmed it. I'm with Christina on this one. They should share custody, but that's not what's happening here. Cody, can we talk about him for a second? He needs to stop pretending to be Sasha's protector. He's smothering her like a clingy toddler, and she was 100% justified in throwing that drink at him. Honestly, I was hoping for a slap, but I'll take the drink. Loved Jason yesterday. just make sure Danny hears about the baby, like immediately. As for Sidewell, shudders. That actor is doing such a great job at being creepy, though. Les Drew is a win in my book, too. Willow is just so much easier to stomach when he's not around. But the real highlight, Nina and Carly finally teaming up. I've been waiting forever for these two to join forces. If anyone can take Drew down, it's them. Now, I'll be honest, I don't love the whole Jason is the father storyline, but if they had to go there, I'm glad they wrote in him telling his son. And let's be real, Sasha's got a personal reason for keeping Michael out of the loop, and it's probably got everything to do with her past. And here's a wild theory for you. Maybe Jens's goon who's stalking Natalia is behind Sunny's doctor being paid off. I mean, if Sunny's out of the picture, Jens gets the pier. Coincidence? I don't think so. Lastly, Nina, please, for the love of all things good, draw a timeline before you confess anything. That way, we can all see how Drew's been misleading Willow about his devotion and loyalty. So Cyrus' little chat with Lulu at Bobby's the other day, where he casually drops, "You have no idea what I've done for you," got me thinking, could this be some sort of clue in Sam's murder? I mean, was Cyrus aware of Lulu's feelings for Dante and decided to, I don't know, take the drastic step of offing Sam just to clear the way for Lulu and Dante to rekindle their oh-so-romantic bond? After all, with all this talk about family, maybe he thought he was playing matchmaker and helping Lulu's life fall back into place. The guy's so deluded, who knows? But, of course, there's always a but with Cyrus. Another poster made an excellent point. He didn't even know Lulu was going to wake up. In fact, he seemed pretty intent on getting her shipped off to some other facility, which, you know, kind of screams, "I don't want you awake, ever." So that kind of messes with the whole theory. Here's where my theory gets even juicier, though. What if Cyrus is the real reason Lulu stayed in a coma for so long? Picture it. He's either dosing her up with some mystery medication or working his magic on some nurse or doctor to keep her out cold. Guess what that miracle medication did? It wrecked her liver. When she was finally at GH and stopped getting the meds, she woke up. But by then, her liver couldn't handle any more, and bam, liver failure. Cyrus couldn't keep up with his little plan anymore. He wanted her moved to a different place where he could control her, maybe wipe her memories, or do something even worse. But then again, that line, "You have no idea what I've done for you," yeah, that's throwing me off now. It doesn't really fit the whole "I'm trying to kill you quietly" narrative. So now I'm a little unsure. But hey, with Cyrus, who can ever be sure of anything? Ava's custody case, don't even get me started. Why is it that Ava never gets to see her own daughter? Sonny's out here calling all the shots like he's some kind of saint. But let's not forget, the guy's a killer. His home just exploded, and Michael ended up injured, yet Ava can't even spend time with her kid. Sonny bails out of state and hands Avery off to Carly, who, by the way, isn't even her mother. Then Christina chimes in, deciding since her kid's nowhere to be found, Ava should just lose out on hers too. Seriously, who do these people think they are? I really hope Rick wins the custody battle for Ava, because I am so over Sonny pulling the strings on everything. Let's not forget the great history they have with Ava. They've been holding that whole Ava killed Connie Falconeri and indirectly caused Morgan's death thing over her head forever. So Ava initially caved and let Sonny have full custody, with her getting just visitation. But shocker, at some point things shifted, and they agreed on joint custody. Ava even let Carly step in as the third parent, since Avery loves her and Donna's involved too. But seriously, why on earth has Ava not seen Avery since the custody mess started up again? Makes zero sense. And don't get me wrong, I think Michael getting custody of baby Avery was probably the best move at the time. Ava was literally hiding from Sonny, who was more than ready to kill her. Sonny's just the worst. It's honestly sad that Ava and Sunny can't come up with some reasonable co-parenting plan. Like, why not just alternate 2 weeks at a time with Avery and meet up for the holidays in public? That's not rocket science. But nope, Avery's stuck in the middle of her parents' hatred. It's a lose-lose for her. Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you agree or disagree? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more updates. Your opinions matter, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.